very much with what Dan just mentioned about the reopening becoming a very tricky questions for governments and for Hong Kong as well, because it's not just about Hong Kong, it's also about how ready we are to open our economies and open Hong Kong to travelers from other countries. So maybe before I talk about Hong Kong's economy, let me give a quick update on COVID and vaccination progress in Hong Kong. I would say COVID has been pretty much under control up to now, at least up to now. There has been no case at all, or just single case, 1 or 2 cases on a daily basis. So I would say it is pretty much under control. But this is also partly the reason why vaccination progress in Hong Kong is slower compared to many developed countries like US. So far, around 30% of our population has received full vaccination, and we are aiming to achieve 70% of herd immunity. In terms of travel restriction, Dan has also mentioned, we are slowly relaxing our inbound travel restrictions and quarantine arrangement. But right until now, we still only allow Hong Kong residents from most foreign countries to enter Hong Kong unless there are some special cases. Next page. Yes. So on our economy, Hong Kong economy has resumed a year-on-year growth of 7.9% in real terms in the first quarter of 2021, after a fall of 2.8% in the preceding quarter. In respect to export, our export has grown quite significant in the recent months, supported by global revival in trade and also resumption of production activities. Our export in April records a 24% increase. In fact, just last week, HKTDC has also adjusted our export growth forecast for 2020-21 from 5% to 15%. So this represents the biggest rebound since the city's recovery in the last global financial crisis in 2010. Real GDP growth forecast is around 3.5 to 5%. So next page. Thank you. Okay. There's been lots of new developments in Hong Kong with the primary aim to consolidate and enhance Hong Kong's role as an international financial, transportation, and business center, and also strengthening our status in asset management, legal, and dispute resolution. A major development plan, which we've been highlighting to businesses, foreign businesses, is China's Greater Bay Area, which is the fastest growing and most innovative region in China. It is at the South China that includes Hong Kong, Macau, the 9 cities in Guangdong province. This is a market that represents 70 million people, which makes up of 11% of China's GDP, which is bigger than Russia already. So in the next page, you will see the economic profile of the 9 cities in Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau. The 3 places with the highest economic output are first, Shenzhen, which is already a global leader in high-tech and internet services. Guangzhou is a traditional manufacturing center. And of course, Hong Kong, it is the most internationalized city in the Greater Bay Area, which functions as a two-way gateway between the Greater Bay Area and the world. In fact, in the past years, Hong Kong has also put a great deal of investment efforts to improve the infrastructure connectivity with the Greater Bay Area. Now you can quickly go to GBA by high-speed rail from Hong Kong and come back on the same day. So in the next slide, you will see the Greater Bay Area in comparison to other Bay Areas in the world, including San Francisco, New York, and Tokyo. In terms of land area, the Greater Bay Area is the biggest among the 4. Its GDP is roughly comparable to New York, but in terms of per capita GDP, it is still far behind the other 3 Bay Areas. But if you look at the area of air and sea shipping and passenger movement, you can see the Greater Bay Area is far more busier than the other Bay areas. In fact, the entire region is becoming more integrated with new infrastructure and laws allowing access from Hong Kong to China's estimated 3 trillion of private wealth. For example, the latest policy just rolled out is Wealth Management Connect, which allow Hong Kong residents to buy mainland investment products sold by banks in the Greater Bay Area. And likewise, residents of the 9 Guangdong cities will also be allowed to buy investment products sold by banks in Hong Kong and Macau. This is the first cross-border trading scheme focused on the Greater Bay Area, and it is estimated to facilitate a total fund flow of US 6 billion. But there are lots of going on in GPA and opportunities for different sectors. So I can't list them all in the presentation, but HKTDC has recently launched a webpage. On next page, please. Yes, it's the Go GBA website. So you can see it on the slide right now. So if you want to know the latest policies, case studies related to Greater Bay Area, I would recommend you to go to this website for more information. I know that we also have some registrants who are coming from the bio sector today. So I would also like to touch on another area of development in Hong Kong, which is the bio and medical sector. Of course, everybody knows that traditionally, Hong Kong is more well known for our skyrocket property markets, our financial market, but who will talk about by the Hong Kong.
I think Anna's getting a little frozen here. Let's see if she comes back.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Oh, now you're back.
Oh, okay. Let me.
It was only a few, seconds. So.
For how long you have lost me?
About 10 seconds. You're talking
10 seconds. Okay, I was just starting to talk about the biomedical sector, right? Mm-hmm. And other than the Hong Kong government has set out the new focus on biotech development, of certainly the COVID has also highlighted the importance of healthcare and the need of international collaborations. And certainly Hong Kong can continue to play a key part as a connector for the healthcare ecosystem. So I quickly go through some highlights of the bio sector in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong, other than being the top IPO center in the world, in fact, we are also Asia Pacific's largest IPO center for biotech companies. In last year, 23 healthcare companies have completed their IPO in Hong Kong, raising a total of US 12.6 billion. So about our connectivity with China is also our advantages. The Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Guangzhou cluster of science and technology actually ranked second globally in terms of number of patents and our scientific publications. So we are also building a Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation and Technology Park. The first facility are expected to be completed in phases from 2024 to 2027. And of course, GBA, the growing demand of healthcare services from the aging populations also provide lots of opportunity for healthcare company. There are also some streamlined approval process for traditional proprietary Chinese medicine products for external use. If it's for external use, if they are registered in Hong Kong, that will be fast tracking approval process if you want to sell it in Greater Bay Area. On our R&D, of course, Hong Kong, we have world-class healthcare service, we have top university, research institutions, and right now we have around 300 biotech companies in Hong Kong. Our science part is a major player in Hong Kong in supporting technological innovation in the city, and right now, there are around 150 biomedical technology companies have their office in Science Park. So the CUHK, which is stand for the Chinese University Hong Kong Medical Center, is Hong Kong's first digitalized smart hospital, which has already been in operation since January this year. So other strengths on medical sector that Hong Kong is good at include telehealth, 3D printing, robotics, virtual reality, and biosensors. And coming in November, if you are interested in knowing more about the biosector in Hong Kong and also connect with others, investors and academics from China and Asia, coming in November, Hong Kong will host our first Asia Summit on Global Health, which will bring together senior government officials, policymakers, investors, business leaders, finance and professional service providers, as well as researchers and academics from around the world to exchange insights on global health innovation and investment trend. So the program includes symposium. There will be pitching sessions. If you have friends or contacts who are in biotech startup, they are certainly welcome to join the pitching session. There will be also healthcare innovation and technology showcase. If travel allows, there will be also site visit to Greater Bay Area. Yeah. So we are targeting around like 1,000 audience, and the format that it will be running in hybrid mode. So if travel allows, you are certainly welcome to come to Hong Kong. Otherwise, you can also join the conference virtually. So next page. So other than the healthcare summit I mentioned, in fact, many of our events in Hong Kong have already resumed so-called normal in hybrid mode, so virtual and physical. Some upcoming events include International Sourcing Show, if you are into B2B trading, Diamond, Gem and Pearl Show, Watch and Clock, Logistic Conference, the Summit on Global Health I just mentioned, IP Forum, and of course, Asia Financial Forum, which is Asia's premier event on investment and finance. And for those, next page, please. If you are into sourcing and looking for new suppliers and buyers, you are certainly welcome to use HKTDC's online sourcing platform, hktdc.com sourcing, which features more than 130,000 suppliers and 2 million buyers. So contact us. So I am working in our TDC New York office, and you can see our contacts on this page. And if you are interested in anything I've just mentioned just now, feel free to contact us.